Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Choco the Chocobo, and I am back in How to Minecraft, and today we're going to be doing the item sorter. Now, for those of you who built the gold grinder, the gold farm, or the XP zombie flesh pigman farm grinder of doom, for those of you who did make that, you can actually go ahead and use this item sorter to sort the rest of it. For those of you who are wondering how to connect it, you just put hoppers. Just make sure the hoppers are facing the right way, and just feed them all through. So, like, for example, if I wanted to feed a hopper into that, I would just look this way, shift, right click it, and then, well, I'll just show you like that. Then you see that little connector part's going. That's all you got to do. Very, very simple, very, very handy. But today we're going to be doing the item sorter because we do desperately need to do that. I kind of have like a pilot over here and a pilot over here just to make sure I don't screw up and we're on point for this whole thing. But let me show you. It's a really easy thing to do. For this particular one, since I have three rows of them, or not rows, I guess a three tall chest system, I am going to be having a space requirement of five tall and 5 wide. Now you can obviously make this taller, you can add more chests. This is a single item sorter. You can kind of mess around with it and actually kind of cheat your way through and make it a little bit more like accommodating for multiple different kinds of items and stuff like that. But this for me is kind of what makes the most sense, and obviously whenever you want a bulk storage unit, this is probably the way to go. But anyways, another quick note, because I'm not going to be showing you that part, is the chests. Remember that chests have to be alternating, going left to right, not necessarily up and down. So this one's a large chest, and then every now and then you'll get one that is a trap chest. So I believe this one right there is a trap chest. That one is not. This one is not. Let's see. So this, yeah, that little red thing there. I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, it's a trap chest. So you're gonna have to alternate those, but you can stack them however you want. You're gonna need about the equal amounts because of the way I kind of designed this area. It's not gonna be quite so much, but yeah, it's just gonna be like normal chest, trap chest, normal chest, trap chest. And of course, item frame, you just crouch click, and then you can put whatever in the item frame you want by crouch clicking on it again. But yeah, anyways, let's get to the item sorter. So the item sorter. For this part, what you're going to be needing is you're going to need a 5 tall space. You're going to be copying me exactly, and then 5 wide. You can also do a version of it that is a little bit taller but shorter by making the hoppers kind of lead straight down into it. I would recommend this one just because this one's a little bit easier to work with. This is based off of a design I saw from Impulse SV, who is also the one responsible for the pigman grinder, so cheers to him. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and make ourselves our item sorter here, because it's really easy to do, and if you want to do it en masse, I find that this one is really easy to do. So first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want this shape. For your actual setup, take the bottom row, like the bottom layer of chests, and just go ahead and make a 3 out jut like this. So you're going to need a 2 gap basically right here on the left side if you're facing the way I am. So go ahead and do that first, because I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to just expand this or make like a really huge system. And it's really not that bad. So once you do that, and let me just do it on this side, even though I don't really need to, but just so it's pretty. All right, so once you do that, the next layer of building blocks you will be needing is this one here. So let's go ahead and build these guys. Now, it's not really that big of a deal probably for you guys, but just bear in mind that if you're in a dark area, your life can be ruined more or less by creepers, so please be careful. Please exercise safety first. Kill all the creepers beforehand. Run around with an axe. Chop them to tiny bits. Your life will be better once you have massacred the entire population of creepers. Please don't, like, if you want to go on something against people, just hug them really tightly. It'll make them feel super uncomfortable. Coincidentally, you might get a restraining order several times. You know what? Just say hello. Just say hello. Yeah, we'll go with that. But creepers, kill them all. All right. So once you do that, you should have something that looks like this. You're gonna have this little 2x walkway looking at your chests, and you're also going to have this little ridge here. So we're gonna go ahead and handle like this back area first, just because once we're done with it, we're done. We don't have to come back inside, and we should be good to go. So next thing you're gonna do is go ahead and throw down some repeaters wherever you have chests. So for me, I have to be a little bit careful here. You don't need to add any delay. You don't have to do any of that. Just have to keep on feeding them like so. And voila, I actually have one here on the side, but I'm not going to be doing that just yet, because for me it's not really a top priority. And let me just go ahead and get these redstone torches out, and I need some dust, so let's also get that going. Alright, so we're done with the repeaters, so let's just get that out of the way. Alright, cool. So once you've done that, you're going to add the back row here. Now the reason why this one doesn't have that going is this is the overflow. Once you choose a direction, you have to decide what you're going to do with anything that doesn't belong in these chests. So for example, you're not going to, like non-stackable items, armor, equipment, things like that, they're going to end up being filtered into this chest, or if it's an item that you just don't need bulk storage for. So things like maybe you created cobblestone stairs and you don't normally make that many. They'll filter into this last one, and all you need to do is make this hopper chain, 2 facing down and then kind of the rest facing into the chest. So that'll kind of sort itself out because it's the very end point. You don't need any redstone for that. But for these guys you do, so because these are all going to be bulk storage. But anyways, once you have finished this little bit here with the repeaters, just go ahead and add a new row of stone like so. It's literally this easy, guys, so I would strongly recommend, if you have the redstone for it, this is a very nice addition to any base, because it really is a great design and it is overflow proof. And once you finish that, just go ahead and litter redstone all over the place like you just do not care, like so. Alright, cool. Then you're going to actually cover this bad boy up with stone. Now make sure the repeaters are facing towards the chest, right? So whenever you place them, make sure you're looking in that direction. Otherwise you're going to run into a problem where your signal's not going to go through, and it's not going to invert the torch on the other side, which we'll be doing in a moment here. Alright, there we go. There is that. And I am trapped. Alright, cool. So I'll be like, I am trapped for all eternity. I'm sorry, guys, but this is going to be it for the series for me. I am now trapped forever underground. If someone can send help, that'd be great. Fido, help! Get help, Fido! Alright, so now that we have that part finished, this back area is actually done. So you can do whatever it is. If you want to cover it up, if you want to, I don't know, make like a little shrine in the background, I don't know what you want to do with it, but you can do whatever you want. For me, I don't really want mobs wandering about back here, so I think what I'm going to end up doing actually is I'm going to go ahead and just put a torch like so, and that should provide enough light, I'm hoping. Yeah, that should provide enough light to make sure that no mobs spawn. This one is kind of a dark, scary corner, but even that is okay. So let's go ahead and just plop down some torches here. Uh-oh. Mistake! Oh gosh. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead, break these blocks. Now, for my design, and one thing that I would recommend that you guys consider, is if you ever decide to make an auto smelter, connect the two. It's actually really sensible to do that. It will take care of a lot of things that are just tedious, like just transferring the items to and fro. And more importantly, if you put it next to several other things, you can make it really, really crazy. Like, I'm gonna make mine attached to a cobblestone generator, so it automatically makes stone for me. So it's going to go cobblestone generator into a auto smelter into a blah 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 blah, and that's just going to go on for all eternity. But yeah, anyways, back to the item sorter. So once you have this all kind of to taste and you're happy with it, you're then going to need to add another row of stone, or whatever your building block is. Let me get rid of the F3 because I'm sure that's already annoying some of you. Just throw all that down there. Alright, cool. And then you're going to do that one more time. But before we do that, you see how there's these redstone torches? You're going to need redstone torches. I already have them out. I don't know what the heck I was doing right there. But you're going to actually need to throw these bad boys down. Now, I'm just going to throw them all over the place, but I'm going to come back and get rid of the ones that are next to my pillars because it doesn't make sense for me to have them there. So like right here, I don't need that one. Whoop, I broke my actual torch. That's not what I want to do. Alright, then just like so. I'm really bad at judging these things, so I'm kind of nervous I'm going to poke out the wrong one. Like this one, like exactly like that. I don't want that to happen. Alright. Am I good? Okay. Oh man. But yeah, this is actually obviously a lot easier to build if you're building it in a suspended area. So if you can not build it underground, if you have like, if you're indifferent, it might be easier just to build it kind of topside or something, but definitely isn't that important. So nothing to lose sleep over. Alrighty. So once you got that going, I'm going to go ahead and add this little bit here so I have an access way. So once we have our torches, we're going to go ahead and cover that up with a row of your building blocks. So for me, that's going to be stone again. And now we're starting to enter the time when I'm a little bit more, I'm going to be a little bit slower, unfortunately. I do apologize, but actually, I don't know what I was talking about. I lied to you guys. I'm going to be speedy. JK, I'm not going to be speedy. Rip my life. And then bang, bang, all around. And then wonderful! This is what we want to have get going. All right. So now we have this section. All the redstone underneath are done. And now we just have to add our hoppers. Now, our hoppers, we have this little access point, so you can actually kind of sneak them in. But whatever your chests are doing, you want to connect them so the bottom two, or bottom three, I guess, are all facing Attaway, as well as the fourth one. But the fourth one, you may realize that, hey, you know, how am I supposed to place those guys? You just need to put a building block there for the time being. So actually, what I should have done, well, whatever. I'm gonna just add these hoppers real quick. I'm just gonna add, you know what? Yeah, okay. So let's just add these hoppers real fast. Uh-oh. And make sure that they're all facing the right way, otherwise you're gonna be very confused later on. Be like, why isn't it working? And it's because one of your hoppers is rebelling against you, and we don't deal with none of that. So let's just put these all in. Now, if you were smart and not me right now, because I did this in a really stupid way, always build bottom to top. It will save you so much grief. I'm just gonna, don't build inside torches apparently. It's just, it saves you a lot of grief whenever you build from bottom to top, because it's a lot easier whenever you're looking just at an angle like so. But we're gonna go ahead and do that. Alright. And it's literally, it's so like mindless to do this, right? Like if you wanted to expand this out for whatever reason, which, you know, obviously it wouldn't be too far-fetched, but if you expand this out, you should never be in a situation where like, man, this is like really hard to expand out, unless you have a space constraint. So if you're like, you know, my design really requires it to be, you know, such and such a size, barring that particular issue, you should always be okay. So, whoa. What have I done? Again, bottom to top. Bottom to top. All right, there we go. So that's all sorted. So now we have a row of hoppers like that, and we just need to fill in this last bit here now, because we are trying to do. No! All right, we're okay. We are a-okay. Just need to escape. All right, cool. I'm a fugitive. So what we need to do now is we need to just go ahead and throw some blocks onto here. Now, for me, it's not too big of a deal, but make sure that you have a way to break these blocks eventually, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time. You can use glass. If you have the glass, you can actually just use glass. Your chest will open fine. You can also, I believe, use a half slab on top, but I would say that if you have the glass for it, you may want to consider just throwing down some glass above these, because then you don't have to replace it. Just, you know, if you're rich in glass, why not, kind of thing. But yep, just throw down these blocks here. You're only putting them down so you can face the hoppers inward, which just, it's going to save you a little bit of effort. And as far as I know, there's no actually other way to do that. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead, layer in these rows of hoppers. Yep, okay, so we did do all the chests. Let me just make sure that they're all facing in the right way. They are. Good, good, good. And Watch me do all this and it just not work. I think we'll cry every time. And then we just do that. And then all across. Oh, wait. Kenny said something? Yes, recording. And streaming, actually. Doobadoo. Okay. All my hoppers like so. Alright, cool. So you should have something that looks like this. And then, for the last bit here, you want to choose a direction. So, wherever your item input is. So for me, I actually need to have the input over here because that's going to connect me to my smelter at some point. So all of them are going to be facing that way because it's going to go in and then move right. So whichever way you're facing, you have to decide left or right relative to the rest of your kind of operation here. Once you do that, choose the end side, so it's facing right for me, so I'm going to start on the right, and work your way back and just put these hoppers facing in all in that direction. Make sure that you're crouch right clicking, otherwise you're going to be very confused later on. You'll be like, what the heck is happening? But just put them all across like so. These will make sure that your items are traveling all above that row there. Save you a lot of grief. And there we go. Now this does cost a lot of iron depending upon how many chests you have. Like the amount of iron I've used up for this. What? We ran out of by one lousy hopper, guys. One stinking lousy hopper. I am disgusted. Absolutely horrified. Can't believe that happened. I'm speechless, right? What? Really? I mean, I know it's not a big deal, but still. That actually just happened. Okay. I'm salty. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm a little bit upset that just happened. I'm having issues containing my rage. My eyes are just flashing with anger. Alright. And then we could have made lots of iron boots. And there we go. Oh yeah, and for those of you who follow the How to Minecraft series very intensely, you may notice that we have hit a new record of levels, 315. Highest have been. Pretty cool, actually. It's kind of nice being a superstar when it comes to experience levels. And before Preston comes in and has revenge for me killing him. But he did, in fairness, there were some people that were like, Choco, why'd you kill him? That was much. But he messed with the bay, guys. Not the Momo Bay, but he messed with the Cobblestone Bay. And that's not okay to mess with the bay. It's just not. Anywho's the doodles. Enough talk of the bay. Oh no. Oh no, not this again. Alright, so next you're going to want to put comparators just kind of flat. You don't have to change your settings or anything like that. Oh. But you're going to want to... You're going to want to go ahead and throw comparators down facing out from the hoppers, like so. Now, for me, this is going to be a little bit trickier just because of the fact that I am kind of situated right up in here and I don't want to break out the roof. The actual roof of this all is right underneath the ground level for my actual base area. It's not inside the base, but it's really close by, so I'd rather not. So I'm being a little bit more careful. Ooh, I have plenty of room to jump. Huzzah! But yeah, if you can jump and stuff, it's a lot easier to do. Because you can just do that. But yep, just make sure that your comparators are all facing at-away. And you can just stand on top of comparators and place them down, even if you're underground. That height difference does make a very large difference. Alright, cool. And finally, the home stretch of the whole item sorter. I'm sure you guys are probably like winded by now, like, my god. This is the longest build we've ever done. That is such a lie. You guys, for those of you who made the gold farm, I feel for you. Coincidentally, if you have run into a issue, I'm pretty sure I fixed the farm, the pigment farm that we use right now to get the levels. I'm pretty sure I fixed that farm so you don't die. So let me know if you guys want that. But last bit of redstone here. Just gonna throw down dust basically all over the place. you want to just kind of going all the way back from your comparator. Now what that's going to do is that's going to send the signal. It's going to hit the repeater that's under there, which we can't really see. So it's going to hit that repeater right there, and then that's going to invert the signal, which is very handy. Now, the last bit that I do need to talk to you about is about the filtering. So the way the filter works is this. You're going to need to kind of determine what the identity of each chest is, right? And I also just realized I have to break that block that I completely forgot to break. But you're going to need to decide, like, okay, this is my stone. I forgot I can't open it because I have the building block there, stone. But you're going to have to decide, like, okay, this is my, whatever, dirt chest, right? And so you're going to have this dirt, and then you're going to need to put your dirt as well as a filter item in the hopper that is next to the comparator. So for me, that would be like, let me just get up there so I can just show you guys without jumping like an idiot. So for me, that would be this hopper right here. If you can just test it out, and you should have like an item stay there. You should light up the comparator like so. You know you did it right. If that works, then that's the hopper you need a filter in. So if I was doing dirt, I would put dirt in here, and that would need 4 filter items. Now, the best way to do this, and I do agree with basically everyone under the sun that's talked about this, but the best way that I know of doing it is to go ahead and take an anvil and name an item. Now, if it's an item that you have no God-given reason to ever see that hit your hopper system for whatever notion that exists, if you're just like, it'll never happen to me, I never use, I don't know, something bizarre, like, I have tons of rotten flesh. I just have a ludicrous amount. It's never going to hit the hopper system in 1,000 years. Go ahead and drop those in. That's not a problem. All you need to do is make sure that the filter item, so actually I'm going to probably actually get some filter items. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be. Cough, cough, stone, cough, cough. I can't reach it because I still haven't broken those blocks. But you're just going to take whatever the filter items are, go over to your hoppers, and then drop them in the last 4 slots, and whatever you want to have go through the first slot. So if I wanted dirt and I wanted Alrighty, so let's go ahead and add these filter items. Now again, for your, this is the overflow one. You can have a item destroyer, which may be important for you guys making a pigman farm. That one, it's kind of up to you. I would recommend using either a cactus or a lava thing that has a dispenser attached to it, so whenever there's an item in there, it just goes on a clock and just spits it out. You can find all those kinds of things everywhere pretty much. But let's go ahead and add these. You should see it light up if you have put it into the right hopper like so. So let's just go ahead and do this real quick. Now this is going to be somewhat of an arduous process. So you know what? I guess for the YouTube video, we're going to take a quick little break here because this is going to get pretty repetitive. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm sure this has very little interest to you. So we'll be right back, and I will go ahead and add these filter blocks everywhere, and hopefully nothing too terrible is going to happen to me while I'm off cam, but I'll be right back. Alright, we are back, and we went ahead and put all the filter items in. We're going to be testing it with stone. Now, one thing that I do want to mention is that if you are building this, be aware that you do need to have, like, you see how these are currently empty? This, if I put it into like a input section right here. Okay, if you have an input and it's feeding the item across the hoppers, if it finds an empty slot, one without an item in that little slot, it is going to unfortunately go ahead and it's going to go ahead and go right into that. Now you can solve that problem by entering or like putting in a filter item, which we could do, but I kind of am going to start ferrying items back and forth between Baum and here, so I'm not going to do it right now. Excuse me, I'm burping like a madman. Alright, anyways, so we're going to be testing it with stone today. So we're going to kind of simulate what it would be doing. For us, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to get stone, so we're going to go in the back there. We currently have no stone in this bottom chest, and we're going to go test if it works. My stream kind of already knows how this ends, aka with a creeper. Right in the face. But please no creeper, my fan. Ah! Alright. So it would just kind of travel around here. All you would need, if you want to have like a basic input chest, you can leave an input chest right there and that would work just fine. If you want to make an item elevator, if you guys know how to do that, you can add an item elevator to make it like really nice looking, and then that can feed it into the hoppers and then so on and so forth. Or of course you can just have a giant chain going down. It's really up to you. You can do a bunch of different ways to get that running, but for me, we're just gonna be doing it this way. But whoop, I overshot it a hole. So okay, right here, that's the dirt chest, that's the stone chest. We'll go ahead and throw a bunch of stone in here. You're gonna notice that here it's kind of constantly gone, but it's never gonna show up here because it's going into the stone one only. The redstone signal is getting longer. You can see it flickering right there. Let's put in a little bit more stone so you guys can see that. So you see how that's lighting up? That's because it's hitting 42 items, and that's kind of the breaking point to get that much signal out. It's never going to cross over to the other signal, although I suppose it is theoretically possible if you get something really bizarre happening, like an item were to drop at the same time, but more times than not, you're never going to really run into an issue. So you're going to have these items just kind of constantly running through until you do run out. So let's go check it out and let's go see if it worked. And dooba-dooba-doo, dooba-dooba-doo, get some chicken, dooba-dooba-doo, and voila! Stone. Now it does fill in bottom upwards. It doesn't go from top to bottom as some people might suspect. But the only reason is that kind of, it always checks the bottom one first and then goes into there and so on and so forth. So you can lock chests again if you want to on the top. On the bottom one, not too much. You'd have to add like some extra redstone and stuff like that. And I'm not really sure how you would want to do that because you're already by some redstone as is because they would interact. But that is the item sorter, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this if you're watching on YouTube. Hope this whole thing helps you out if you're planning to build it in your survival. And it's very nice, and definitely send some love to Impulse's way and leave him a happy little quay heart if you would, because this is definitely very, very awesome, very, very handy, and super easy to scale. Like, I really cannot emphasize, this is probably one of the easiest scaling things I've ever seen in my life. But anyways, that's gonna be it. I hope you liked it. So if you did, be sure to hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you enjoy the Minecraft videos. And of course, comment down what you'd like to see and stuff like that. And all that good stuff. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Ciao for now.